Two old guys in the records, one old guy for now, as Mike and I are working our way back into the studio for new episodes. We pressed on with fun segments about our love and our passion for our records. All this week we're looking at 12-inch mini LPs, EPs, remixes that we've enjoyed over the years. These evolved from the 7-inch 4-track EPs of the 1950s, 60s and 70s. Today's episode we are looking at another Australian band, an iconic band, a great vocalist, great storytelling. You know, they became massive in the 80s, one of the premier Australian live acts. I'm talking about Cold Chisel, or as we fondly remember it as the Chisels. Yes, now the band is actually from the country town, the New South Wales country town of Orange, and back then they were very, very different, you know, with Ted Bronyiecki, Les Kasmarak, Ian Moss, Stephen Prestwich and Don Walker. They were a heavy metal band doing colour versions of things like, you know, Deep Purple. Yes, Deep Purple. Now, it's Ted that leaves the band and he's replaced by a teenage Jim Barnes. Yes, the Jimmy Barnes, right? And over the years there was a bit of frustration of what's going on with this band. You know, it was changing. They were writing themselves, you know, their own songs by then. And Jim was in and out of the band. At one point, his brother John Swan's in the band as a vocalist and doing percussion. So yes, there's until they finally get together again and they release their debut album Cold Chisel. Now, even though it was, you know, a modest hit and it did eventually go gold, people were saying that it didn't really capture their live energy. Okay, so Cold Chisel were really, really famous for their great live shows, and this is where I think the EP that comes out, this EP to capture their live essence, their live energy, their live passion, and I'm talking about City Life was closing in on me. You're 13, you're beautiful, and you're mine. What an EP capturing the live passion of Cold Chisel. Let's go through some of the tracks. One Long Day, what I love about this epic song, it's off the debut album, but this is live, and I love Ian Moss's guitar solo in the middle. It's very, very bluesy. It looks at the alienating city life on the persona, the way life keeps creeping on, and sometimes I get the blues, he says, and Lord, I get the blues so bad. Yes, and all it is this monotony where the pay comes in and the pay goes out, and it's just a week-to-week charade. So wow, what, you know, there's a lot of socially charging lyrics there too. You've got the second song, Home and Broken Hearted, and again it's off the debut album, and you've got this piano and you've got this guitar work, very, very rock and roll, and it's the persona's returning home to the country town, and obviously he's changed because of city life, and you know, living in the country is not the way it used to be. There is some riotous storytelling, you know, with a drunken party where the persona wakes up with an acquaintance next to him and he's sort of saying, oh my God, what's happened? There's also great lines like, the beer that we bought for Christmas has run dry this afternoon. So yes, great rock and roll. Now on the other side, we've got Merry Go Round. That will be on the next album, Breakfast at Sweethearts. And you know, again, you've got this 25-year-old whose life is monotonous, going round and round in a merry-go-round, where, you know, he starts off the lyrics, Don Walker starts off the lyrics with, I cried my tears in a glass tequila, and by the end of the song he's drinking Bundaberg rum, and that's all he's got. So yes, you know, give me a ticket, he says, I'll give you a ticket away to get out of this merry-go-round. Now, the second last song is, of course, Mona and the Preacher, and you've got, you know, Mona, who is a prostitute, and you've got the preacher who's coming out of the mission, and they have an encounter at a milk bar or a cafe, and you got the contrast because Mona gives people, you know, pleasure through the body, and you've got the preacher who, you know, saves people through the soul. So the Mona and the Preacher, the two contrasts of people meeting, and they've both got a role to play in society. Now the EP finishes, of course, with Wild Thing, the Trogs classic rocker, and yes, it is a rocker to finish off the live EP, with the band giving it all as a last track EP. Now this is You're 13, You're Beautiful, and You're Mine. What a great great EP. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, send in those comments, and we'll see you tomorrow with another EP or a remix, but it'll be 12 inches. Thank you very much. See you then.